temperature doesn't matter.
Hello and welcome to the Mental Health Hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you are paranoid, we know what you are and what you want. Stay on the line and we'll trace your call. If you're delusional, press 7 and your call will be transferred to the mothership. If you are schizophrenic, listen carefully and a small voice will tell you which number to press. If you're depressive, it doesn't matter which number you press, no one will answer you. If you're dyslexic, press 69696969. If you have a nervous disorder, please fidget with the hash key until the beep. After the beep, please wait for the beep. If you have a short-term memory loss, please try your call again later. And if you have low self-esteem, hang up. All our operators are too busy to talk to you.
Oh, man, you guys should come with me sometime. Montreal has the best strip clubs in the world.
They do?
Yeah, they're unbelievable. The girls up in Canada are gorgeous, and they all play ice hockey, so they lose their teeth by age 10.
Wow.
In fact, I'd even go so far as to say that a Canadian strip club is the most magical place in the world. Nip here, nip there, and a bevy of porno stars. There's jugs and mugs of Molson beer in Canadian nudie bars. Dirty hoes put on shows, and a lot of them don't have scars. They'll even take it up the nose in Canadian nudie bars. You can touch and squeeze them, they don't even care.
Would they even dye their pubes to match my hair?
Uh-huh.
Color me there.
Do like me, say wee, and tell them you're a friend of Bill Maher's.
That's how you'll get to watch them pee in Canadian nudie bars.
Ha ha ha!
Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
A guy can get his hockey pucked in Canadian nudie bars.
Reality is hit. Reality is, I'm single, fucking dating, and do what I want now. Now here's the scary thing about dating for me. I believe in karma. Whatever you do in life is gonna come full circle at some point in time. I know it is, okay? My fear is I'm gonna fuck around and fall in love, and I'm gonna get hurt. When I think about getting hurt, I think about the ultimate level of getting hurt. Like, I'm trying to surprise my lady on her lunch break. She'll be in the car, give some dude head, I'm gonna fuck around and see it. Now I know I'm not strong enough to deal with that. I'm too emotional. I'll break down. No. Pick your head up. Don't finish. Don't finish it. Jesus, take the wheel, please. I know I can't deal with that. Some men are. Some men can't. Some men are strong enough to catch that woman in the sexual act, like giving another man head to the point where they can go up to the car, open the car door, and say one sentence. In that sentence, they'll let a woman know how much he loved her, how bad she hurt him, and where he is mentally. He can walk off. Some men can pull it off. You know what? I loved you the best that I could. What I could do, I did. What I didn't do, I tried. Fuck it. He'll walk off. She'll feel bad. Why am I doing this? I don't want to do it no more. Did you get it? That was the dick. Did you guys get it? This was the dick. Did you get it? You got it? Right. Some men are different. Some men are killers. Some men are thugs all the time. No, fuck that. Fuck that. I see my girl in the car, give some dude head. I'm gonna go up to the car. I'm gonna grab him, drag him out the car. I'm gonna beat the shit out the dude. That's what some men feel. Would you do that, man? Chase, would you fuck him up? You gonna whip his ass? You gonna fight the guy with his dick out? His dick is out. This guy got the hard dick. That's the wrong answer, Chase. I don't like that answer. I don't think you thought about it. You should have thought it through. His fucking dick is out. I can't fight the dude with the hard dick. It's not gonna happen. The reason why is because I'm small. When I fight, I gotta get low. I gotta get your legs. If your dick is out, at some point in time, that's gonna cause a problem for me. At some point in time. Yo, you got my girl out here in a fucking car? Huh? Nigga? Yo, you're gonna lose your fucking mind if a man's dick hits your head in front of a group of people watching the fight. You're gonna do some shit you never thought you would do. You're gonna fuck around and grab it. You're gonna say some shit you never thought you would say. I'm gonna rip it up! This dick is coming with me! This is my dick! I got 2 dicks now! Yo, if you grab a dude's dick in a fight, you gotta kill yourself that night. You have to die that night. You can't go on living. Because for the rest of your life, you're gonna be known as the dude to grab the dude's dick that day in the fight. They're gonna do to grab that dude's dick that day in the fight.
It's the Charles Richardson Show.
Kind of like this option better. Get everybody 4 equal shares of the pie. 2 men, 2 females. There we go. We're all good now. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is freaking Friday, January the 14th, 2022. Let me introduce the panel of misfits that I've gathered here for you today. To my right, the newest member. Actually, I take that back. The second newest member. And you were just new, like, what, on Monday? Not anymore. Let's go ahead and say hello to Heather. Heather, who's still got her mic muted. There we are.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. I'm telling you, she's got a nice, cute headset going on there. She says she uses it for work. I have to disagree with that. That's too cute for work. Let's go ahead and introduce the person with the stogie. That's right. He is a stokester. He's actually lighting it. He's burning one up right now. Let's go ahead and say hi to Papa Dirk Don of Java. I'm just kidding. Java. I screwed up when I made the original post. My bad.
Is that a chunky moose? Stogie jerk?
A chillin' moose.
A chillin' moose.
Yeah, that's what I was smoking one day. Dirk picked it out for me. I'm just like, Dirk, what is the stogie that you had me try that was like really good? And he's like, chillin' moose. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
So he's smoking a moose? Is that what you're trying to say?
Hell yeah.
No. You're supposed to eat moose, not smoke.
Well, whatever. He's just smoking moose.
I'll smoke a fucking moose. Now,
I don't know.
I'm a bottom this time.
Yeah, you are. I was gonna
you are a
say,
bottom,
I wouldn't want to smoke a moose. Moose are freaking scary. I went to Alaska and literally I was not prepared for how fucking huge they were. And I'm like, this is why Canadians are polite.
Wait.
Shit.
Let's hold on here. You're calling a moose huge. I thought a horse was huge. Anyway, we'll get to that talking a little bit later here. Yeah. But the person with the Hanukkah bush. Let's go ahead and welcome our newest member. It's Jenny, and you probably recognize her on Mondays on the Matt Connaughton Unleashed program there in the wonderful state of New Hampshire. How you doing, Jenny?
Shalom, peeps.
Shalom, peeps. We finally hear it. We always see it on the chat.
Shalom, bubala.
There you go. Shalom, bushy. JP, cool music. JP again. Hi, Papa Dirk. Billy, Bad Billy, and their horses and moose are about the same. Well, how the fuck would you know, Billy? Is there some research that you've tried to do?
Bigger.
He rides them both.
Well, that's. If you ride them both, Billy, Bad Billy, we need to know this. There's questions about your sanity we need to know. Definitely. Karen, who is home in bed right now, says, Charles, remember the lady who makes stuff out of moose poop? Oh, I do remember that.
For real?
I do remember that.
Ew.
Yeah, we actually did a story on a lady who actually collects and molds moose poop. No.
God.
I really hope, and you know what? It could have been a cigar. Just saying.
Hell yeah.
Somebody's smoking moose poop over there.
I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I used to have a house up in Andover, New Hampshire, and I went to pull into my driveway, and there was a moose literally right there, and it was over my Jeep.
It was over your Jeep. That's a huge-ass fucking moose.
They are way bigger than you think.
Well, maybe up there is.
Like, when I was an EMT, if we heard moose versus car, we were preparing for death. If it was deer versus car, odds were probably good that things were fine.
Yeah, you had a better shot.
But with that thing, here's the kicker about that thing, though. This thing's bigger than my Jeep, and I'm just sitting there looking at it, and it saunters off into the grass next to me, and I shit you not, it disappeared within seconds. You couldn't even hear it. How does this big-ass thing just, like, disappear and you don't hear him? That's like going to Jurassic Park and you have a T-Rex and the water does not shake when it stomps. I mean, I don't get that. That's crazy.
I know in Alaska they say, like, yeah, don't swerve for animals, but with moose they're like, fucking swerve, because otherwise you're going in a body bag. You're getting bundied.
You're hitting a concrete building if you go to a moose. Billy says, Billy says, I live in an area where bother mammals live. I think he mistyped on that one. I ain't been in a saddle in over 30 years. Well, anyway.
I think he's trying to say both mammals, maybe.
Maybe. Both are mammals. Well, see, I know one mammal that lives, and that's humans. That's it. And if I want to go see other mammals, I go to SeaWorld. That's it. I'm not doing that. Okay. Apparently you were right. Fucking autocorrect for Billy. Anyway, 813-699-5353 is the number to call if you want to go ahead and chat with us on the air. If you want to go ahead and chat with us on Facebook, you know what to do, as people are already plowing through as well. Billy, Jeff, JP, Delisa. Oh, Delisa on there as well. We had Richard Brashaw from the Just for Fun family. And, of course, Karen is also chiming in, trying to keep the show going with her comments on there, even though she's kind of saddled up bed rest. But then she went ahead and messaged me saying one of her horses died, and she had to get out of bed to go ahead and take care of it.
Oh, my God, I am so sorry.
It's like, what the hell is going on with her? Listen, I know she's got bad luck, but damn. Are you kidding me?
Have you looked around lately?
Well, yeah, I have, and I haven't seen anybody else with bad luck like that.
Oh, please.
No,
Poor
you
Maddie with his parents. Poor Maddie with his parents.
Wait. What happened?
3 weeks apart?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bad luck.
Wait a minute. So what?
But good news today, his dad's in a cardiac rehab now.
I was like saying his dad didn't pass away. I thought he was doing good.
No, he's doing good. Okay. They moved him today to the cardiac rehab here in our own state, which is nice to have that he's back in our own state.
Yeah,
because he actually got transported down to Mass General.
Yeah, I heard about the Mass General thing. Then he was there for a couple of days. He was saying he was waiting by the phone for a call back. While he was doing the show. So
yeah, it's been a tough couple of weeks. That's for sure.
Yes. Dirk, has it been a tough couple of weeks for you?
I know. No.
We're definitely not going to say it's been a couple of days. We're not going to go ahead and dwell that back on, but...
Oh, it's been a ride. Oh, we're talking about that. Oh, it's been a goddamn ride. I crucified somebody. But I won't get too far into that, though.
Heather, how did Dungeons & Dragons go on Wednesday? How did your dungeon mastering going?
Oh, very good. I have to deal with them trying to seduce everything and anything, and we're doing Maze of the Mad Mage, and it's set in Waterdeep, and it's basically a non-stop dungeon crawl where you have to murder hobo your way through multiple different religions that seem to all be in the same unplottable maze-like thing. Like, the architecture drives me nuts, but whatever. I check it full of shit for them to kill, so... It's all good.
So when you're doing this all mastery, are you writing and planning and setting things up all by yourself, or do you have a team of people around you?
Well, so I'm the DM, so I come up with stuff, but 99% of the time, I have a book that just has general concept stuff, and then I just kind of bullshit my way through it. So, because I've like homebrewed worlds where I create all my worlds and everything in it, and I'll try to be like an overarching plot and all that stuff. So
it's basically like me and my show. I just bullshit through 90% of it.
Yeah,
I got
basically,
you.
if you try to plan stuff, like you can plan like certain beats, like, oh, this is the bad guy, and this is a cool situation I want to happen. But if I try to railroad them to make them do what it is that I want them to do just for the story, they're going to be like, oh, hey, this goblin that I just pulled out of my ass, like, oh no, we're going to go help him find his long lost sibling, and before you know it, I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just going to take this castle and I'm going to plop it over here, and I'm going to I'm just going to make it work. And so long as they kill shit every time we play every week, they're really happy.
So if
they don't...
Say if you weren't the DM, which, by the way, I got to say Dungeon Master, because DM just puts my mind in a different area. But say you were the Dungeon Master. You weren't the Dungeon Master, would you be able to play, or do you need to have that type of control? Are you a person that has to have that control and those options available to you?
Well, I both like to take it and give it, so...
So you go both ways.
Yeah, well, I like to...
We all have dirty minds here, me and Dirk. I'm sorry.
I mean, if someone is like really prudish, I don't know why they'd either listen to the show or be on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just to be honest. Yeah. No, I definitely enjoy playing, and I definitely enjoy running a game, but it depends 100% on your players and who your DM is if you're not DMing. I had a large group where we would meet every other Sunday. It was like 9 players. It fell apart because people just couldn't play by the rules. It was set in like, I basically bullshitted, mashed Pirates of the Caribbean with the anime One Piece, and I smooshed it together and added some Avatar The Last Airbender bullshit, made a world, and I had a character or a player who's just like, yeah, I want to have like an AK-47 since you said I could have a gun. And I'm like thinking, ye old like musket pistols bullshit. Nah, he thought he had an AK-47.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? There was player drama, and my cousin who's joining was trying to get ready to join the Navy, which, yay. And it just got to the point where I got tired of 9 people over at my house eating all my goddamn food every other month. And like, they wouldn't bring their fucking own snacks, or they'd bring a little bit of snacks, and then it just... That's a lot of fucking people to feed.
I think that should be like, a part of Entron. You need to go ahead and bring us like a public sub or something like that, or some type of party platter. 1 party platter per person. Come on now.
Yeah.
Well, like
Heather and I are actually. Oh, go ahead, Heather.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, they would contribute once in a while, but again, my husband and I were really struggle busing financially, and it just got to the point of like, I enjoy this game, but it's not worth it anymore. So it just kind of, we never continued on with it. So I'm like, whatever. So Dirk and I were going to start playing a Dungeon Crawl Classics.
Yeah. Billy, that's one where I'll be GMing.
Billy's asking, what alignment do you normally play?
If I play, I prefer chaotic neutral. I like to basically be unpredictable, and I usually go for like goblin or whatever, but I tend to play barbarian or monk because I like to hit things. So I did play a 8-foot-tall Goliath chick who she started with the really cool name of Blood Rain, and then they just started calling her Doorbuster.
Doorbuster? Mm-hmm. Kind of like a Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
Billy went ahead and said, back in my day, we could not play D&D without a bag of good weed. Is that still true to the day? Do you need a bag of good weed to play?
Billy, look into Dungeon Crawl Classics. That would be your shit if you want to get blazed while playing a role-playing game. It is that kind of like aesthetic to it. It is old school.
Cool.
Which is kind of nice considering how Wizards of the Coast is kind of going. So
yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. There's our D&D update. We appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. All right. So, Jenny. Now, a lot of people know you from Matt Carnerton's show. And then those of you that don't watch Matt Carnerton, can you go ahead and give us a brief background on you and what you plan on bringing to the show? She plans on bringing nothing to the show, apparently. She is muted. You are muted.
I think we just should start ab-libbing her.
Unmute your mic. I don't know.
There it is.
That looks
I've
like
been sitting here trying to talk to you guys this whole time.
Am I grabbing tits? Turn on.
First day.
Make a
whole
talk.
I haven't been quiet for the last 20 minutes. I did try and chime in.
Oh my God. Did you really?
I did.
Oh,
I was
shit.
like, hey, I used to play D&D too.
Why isn't nobody listening to me? Oh, now we
Jenny,
know.
I didn't know you were a stoner too.
I know. I thought she was like bored. That's why I'm trying to get her into it. It's
No.
like, okay.
Oh my God, no. I've been sitting here like, hey. Yeah, so my mic was muted. Hey, great first day on the show.
You know what?
So-
go ahead. Dive back into D&D, man. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I used to play D&D too. I played it for a long time, and we would sit at a table for like 10 friggin' hours with like a bottle of soda and a bag full of chips in the middle of the table, and we wouldn't budge.
No weed?
We would hate to budge. I had a dungeon master that was so amazing at weaving tales that you would get so into it that we would lose days. It was insanely fun. Oh my God. I had a character. My main character was Ravennest Elkinbow, and she was a fighter mage, elven, and neutral good or chaotic good at times. But I've changed her up a few times. But I used to love playing D&D. We would sit at the table, and it's just the dungeon master weaving this tale, and we got papers and pens in front of us and dice, and we're adding points, and we're writing down what we have or what we want to do, and that was it. There's no computer, there's no AKs. It's all old school, like Hobbit and elves and dwarfs and bards. Oh my God. And the first game I ever played, I was so scared playing, and one of the other characters was a bard, and comes up to me and he says, my fair lady, how are you? And I'm like, and I literally looked at him and I was like, play me a song. And I didn't know he really had to or something. Like, so he sits there and starts singing, and I was hooked.
Billy's saying my main character I rolled was a gladiator out of the Dark Sun realm.
I've got a good D&D story, actually. So, years ago, I played as a drow warlock, drow being like a dark elf. And I decided that I would burn a church. So
Barg.
I successfully rolled the right things I needed to do to burn down a church, but also get away with it. So, the players knew that I burned down a church, but their characters didn't. So the guy playing as a paladin was trying to be the detective of did you burn down the church or did you not do it? And I rolled the right roll to make him convinced. No, I didn't do it. So I got away scot-free. So the next session, I came back wearing a Blackcraft Cult t-shirt with a church on fire that says "Stay Lit."
Cute.
You guys ever read the book series The Wyvern Spur?
No.
It's this amazing story, but it's a really old school story that you could translate into a D&D, and it's all about this this specialty claw that's in this family that each person possesses the Wyvern Spur, and they can turn into a dragon. I think and this whole crazy family and story and stuff. I'm going to have to find a link to it and share that with you guys. Actually, maybe I'm going to have to look for it and listen again. I listen to books all the time.
Karen's going ahead and says, my son wants to play D&D, but there's no one else in the house that is interested or even understands it. So we do our best to at least try because we don't understand it or care to play it, me and David and I tend to make everything. He is a dungeon master and says inappropriate. It says inappropriate. I am going to get set up with us and first forget it, and then we're free. I'm not sure exactly. I think there was like a run-on sentence there. But
what I get out of is that she was trying to do it with her kid, but David was being too inappropriate. She's trying to find another group for him to do it.
David's a douche. Nobody will love him though.
For high schoolers, you need to find like that nice, or high school on down, you need to find that nice balance of just edgy enough to get that teenage angst, and safe enough that mommy and daddy don't get offended and stuff, even though, I don't know, every parent has their level of what they're comfortable with and stuff, and sometimes finding, that right balance where it's exciting and edgy and, adventurous, but still, like, towing the line of what is acceptable,
I mean, I accidentally cleaved a child in Dungeons & Dragons.
The child deserved it.
Yeah. Billy says, I like playing characters who did not use magic, but characters born in the Dark Sun realm naturally had Psionics. Thank you. See, that's what level I'm at. Alyssa, you ever knew of or played of Dungeons & I know your brother probably did, though, right? No? He didn't do it either?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean,
he's a nerd, but no.
Well, no, it's not only nerds. Come on now. I mean, it's mainly nerds.
It's mainstream now. Jesus.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, anyway, no.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'm taking offense to it over there.
He does not play Dungeons & Dragons. Never has.
Yeah. Well, anywho, so Billy and Karen, and you know what? This has actually became quite a conversation. To be honest with you, I personally have played it once. I've watched a movie called it's not Step Brothers, but. Anyway, it was in regards to these two dudes who got busted and now had to do big boys and big girls club thing. And then this is one kid that played Lair, which was basically a fantasy realm, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons is, except it was more hands-on. And they kind of join up and kind of do their thing. That was kind of adventurous.
They played Dungeons and Dragons on Stranger Things.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that again.
That's how it got all big and mainstream.
That's how they started.
Yeah.
Out was they were going down in the basement playing Dungeons and Dragons,
do you realize how lost I am right now on this? We gotta rewatch it again.
Stranger Things, they wait like 3 years between each season, so
this has been like 4 or 5 years, hasn't it? This has been insane. Jesus Christ.
And the normies get into Dungeons and Dragons, and the hobby gets ruined.
Because they have to make it a thing for everyone to like, and it's like, no, get the fuck out of a nerdy thing. If you don't have Star Trek bullshit schematics fucking memorized and you know all the episodes, get the fuck out of the fandom. Same thing with Dungeons and Dragons. If you're going to be offended that kobolds and fucking goblins are pretty racist to each other and that beholders are messed up and all. Oh yeah, they have a hierarchy. Then it's like, yeah, maybe you need to go find a different fucking hobby. Go watch Steven Universe again and reread Harry Potter for the 20 billionth fucking time.
Oh, God.
Stay the fuck out of hobbies if you're gonna go in and then demand they change everything and cater to your fucking ass.
What was wrong with Steven Universe? There's
nothing wrong with it.
Oh, okay.
I actually like it. I think the gems are pretty cool. Like,
yeah,
their fans are terrible.
Well, their fans are garbage.
No offense to you, Charles.
No. I'm not like a fan, but it's like I watched the cartoon. I'm thinking, this is kind of cool. You know, it's like,
yeah.
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me on this one. If you haven't, there's an early morning cartoon. Don't laugh. Stop it.
You're a brony, aren't you?
You're already smiling.
You're a brony.
I am not. No. I am not talking about My Little Pony.
Charles is a brony.
Fuck
What's
you.
your favorite pony, Charles?
Hoof bump.
Let me go ahead and tell you, there is a cartoon I find so cute, and I think Stefan would get a kick out of it if he actually was calm enough in the morning.
I don't think he would. I think he would be bored out of his mind.
It is called Caillou. It's about this little kid, and it's like 4 lessons that come up, and it's just so that the narration is cool. The story, each story is a lesson, and I think it's cool, and I think he would get a kick out of it. It's all about this little kid growing up. He has bad dreams. He wants to go ahead and play in his room, and the same thing with that little one in his other room right now probably would do. He'd go ahead and he doesn't sleep. He goes out and plays, and then he's going to go ahead and sneak into our bed and stuff like that. And it's like, you know,
get him into Gundam.
What?
Gundam.
Yeah. There we go.
Or get him into like Pokemon, or
He is.
get him into Warhammer. If you want to make sure he
is in
never has money
Pokemon.
for drugs, get him into anime. He will never have premarital sex. He will never do drugs, and he will only just go to anime conventions and blow hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I
just spent
can't
the last fucking week.
No, I can't do that.
Pokemon, yes.
He's
29
starting to get into Pokemon recently.
He's gotten into Pokemon. He's got a couple of characters. He's got about 40 or 50 cards. He's just starting up, so
he doesn't really know a lot about it. He just looks at him and goes, "Oh, this one does 50 damage. Oh, this is cool."
Yeah,
and that's all he
does. This one does 90 damage. Oh yeah, I'm cool now. and then he
doesn't know what any of it means.
Yeah, it's just it does damage. That's all. He wants to destroy things.
That's just a starting place.
I know. It's a starting place. I can already see him, lighting fires and committing arson at the time he's 13.
Thing. Neither one of us know anything about Pokemon, so we're like, okay, cool.
That's when we start learning.
Make up your own game. Like, get some cards, and if he hits like this one does 50 damage, you can be like, 100 damage. I got you.
I mean, they also have like Pokemon starter decks where it comes with everything on how to play.
I've seen that. I did see that. We were thinking about it.
I didn't grow up with Pokemon, but my brother had Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that, and like my husband actually got me. So I have a Magic the Gathering deck, and I have a really super cute grass Pokemon deck, and I've been learning how to play Pokemon because I'm more familiar with it as like, yeah, people collected the cards, but I never saw them actually play with it. I more know it as like the Game Boy video game.
Show that up again, Jenny. What was that?
What?
Oh, you were showing something. I thought you were trying to show somebody.
Oh, no. I was taking a picture of my screen so I could show Matt my view, because I can see us and I can see them.
Ooh, she can see everything. Even her Hanukkah bush.
No, my
Stop
brother.
It. I take that away. Let's stop it now.
My brother collected all the Pokemon cards, but he only played the video games. I thought he played the game too, but he said he didn't.
Yeah.
My kid has these large Pokemon eggs from like back when they first started that came from, I think it was McDonald's, and you collected these little gold looking cards. He's got a couple of those.
Yeah.
He used to love getting Pokemon stuff.
Was there stuff from McDonald's from Pokemon at one time?
Yep.
Years ago.
I'm
old.
Back in the 90s, hon.
I'm old too. I was grew up in the 90s.
When we were kids.
Yeah. When I was a teenager.
When my son was a kid, so I think I'm the oldest one in the room, huh?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Do we want to ask?
I'm 50.
You're 50? Really?
Yeah.
No.
I'm 50. I turned 50 last year, yes.
Grandma. Anyway.
Stop it. I'm going to kick you.
Joke's on you. He's into that.
Put it on reservation. put it on reservation when you see me in April. That's all you can say. You can go ahead and kick me then. I'll give you one free shot. One free shot.
I'm going to write it down on my day planner in April. Kick Charles.
Yeah, I didn't say when in April.
You're going to come in the studio at some point. I'll make sure I'm there so I can kick you.
But it may not be a Monday.
Doesn't have to be. I can go anytime I want.
Oh, shit. You got free reign. Damn.
I'll get there and I'll kick you. You get a proper New Hampshire kick.
Well, you know what? I was talking about going up, when we go up and we're driving up there, I'm actually going to take a stop in New Jersey. No, not for that reason. We were actually watching Cake Boss. I'm thinking, you know what? That would be pretty cool if we go to Carlo's Bakery.
That would be really cool.
Taking that site, go to the Empire State Building.
Fast for 2 days before you get there.
Well, listen, it's going to be
plenty of room.
It's going to take a couple of days to get there, so maybe that will be it. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, you guys are Florida.
Just 2 liquids, man. Just liquids, protein shakes. You got this.
Keep a bucket in the back of
they're going like,
the truck.
Chocolate where? Oh, chocolate there.
Oh my God! Yes, I forgot about that. Maybe we should go.
New Jersey, New York, those areas.
Can we just take a picture of the
killer bakeries?
Can we just take a picture outside the storefront and just call it a day? Do we have to smell and go in?
You can go that far without going in, man. Go all the way.
You gotta go in.
We don't kid around with chocolate.
What else is
It's
around there? Because I
You
know
have
there's
to go
other
all the
things we
way.
can.
I don't know what else.
There's
is
going to be
around
other
there.
stuff that's around there that we see on TV. I mean, obviously, we're not going to go to like the American Pickers. That's all the way out there in Iowa, which Dirk, I'm sure, knows of. And Heather.
I've been to the American Pickers, and honestly, I mean, I've seen the two dudes that's on the thing, but their store really doesn't have anything because what they're picking for is buyers online and like private clients. They're not buying for their store. Their store really just has some merch, some weird little clown dolls, or just like random stuff that, I mean, if you find something you're into, it's good. But honestly, I definitely recommend if you happen to be passing through Iowa, LeClaire, Iowa is where one of my aunts is, and they have a really nice main strip that has like some really cute little shops and stuff. It's probably nothing to you guys, like you're in actual civilization, I'm assuming, versus Iowa. But I mean,
hey, listen, you
they
got
have some
internet. That's
interesting
that's
stuff.
civilization enough.
Yeah, but if you do happen to come to LeClaire, Iowa, I highly recommend coming during Tug Fest, where they actually put a giant, huge rope that's like just freaking ginormous, and they drag it all the way across the Mississippi River, which LeClaire is on, and they take it to Illinois, and I can't for the life of me remember the Illinois town that is right across from LeClaire. I'm sorry, guys, I just can't remember it, but you literally have a tug of war across the Mississippi, and they have like carnival stuff and everything, and they have deep fried butter. I think
every
deep fried
state
candy
fair
bars.
has deep fried butter, for crying out loud.
Hey,
Come on.
Iowa, we have to clog our arteries. It is cold in the winter. We have to have this insulation.
Just like the blizzard you guys are getting here in probably the next 10 minutes, right?
It's right now. We've been having it since like
and you guys are still able to get online. That's impressive.
Yeah.
See, the infrastructure in Iowa is pretty impressive.
We don't have internet issues like that here.
Who do you think we are? Texas?
And
I want to go to that. That sounds fun. The tug of war across the mighty Mississippi.
That would be awesome.
Does everybody like get pulled in all the way?
No, I mean, I think that the people at the very front might get their toes a little wet, but yeah, it's just something quirky. I mean, Iowa does have some unique roadside attractions. I'm from the Amana colonies, and before they shut down, I think last year or 2 years ago, there was a store that made brooms like ye old days, and they had the world's biggest rocking chair, so that was kind of cool. The Iowa State Fair is also worth going to if you're into livestock of any kind. If you like fancy chicken, they got fancy chickens. I have a friend that breeds show rabbits. She breeds giant beverins, which are humongous rabbits. And
what are you saying about you with fancy chickens? What are these chickens that dress up or something in suit and tie?
No, it's your cousin had a couple
there's
of them.
some
The
really
ones with
cool
the
looking chickens.
crazy feathers all over the place on top of their heads.
Oh, okay, okay.
When I went to the Netherlands,
Polish.
the chickens over there
I called them
super
killer
hairy
chickens.
feet.
I call them killer chickens because they look like they want to murder you.
Yeah.
All right.
They're all cute.
Well, I know. I have heard the Iowa State Fair is actually pretty badass. That's why I've asked.
Yeah, it's really cool when PETA's not being a piece of shit and trying to mess up the butter displays. Yeah, we have like giant, and I mean like life-sized sculptures made out of pure butter. And I forget which year it was, but it's an art form and a thing. I honestly can't tell you what they do with the butter. I don't really know.
It's
but
butter wrestling. It's butter wrestling.
I mean, I've heard of cream corn wrestling, so I mean,
let's get ready. Well, that is Iowa. That is clear Iowa right there. Cream.
He's like a stick of butter.
Butter.
Yeah, I'm getting buttered at the state fair.
It's like
wrestling. That would attract tons of people. You should suggest it.
Come on, babe! I just bought a pack of butter sticks. We're having a date night.
We're getting buttered.
Oh, I got so buttered.
I want you to butter my biscuit.
Oh God! Butter that bush.
It's a whole new meaning to biscuits and gravy, honey.
I can't believe it's not minge.
Oh, shit.
My gosh.
I am kind of curious to see what they do with the rest of the butter. Does it melt? Does it go back in like the I can't believe it's not butter tub or something like that? I mean, what happens to it?
I don't know.
God. Karen is comparing me going all the way to Jersey to go to Carlo's Bakery and not going in for a treat. It's like trying just the tip. Thanks, Karen. We appreciate that analogy. Jared says, rabbits of unusual size, I don't believe in them.
Yeah.
Well,
nice Princess Bride reference.
There you go.
I love The Princess Bride. My all-time favorite movie.
You know, another place I want to go. I want to go to the Magnolia Farm in Texas where Chip and Joanna are.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe invade them for maybe a day.
My grandparents went there a couple years ago.
Did they see anybody or
No, they just went to the. They went to the.
They go to the farm?
bakery. The
bakery? There's a bakery?
They have a bakery. Yes, they own a bakery, and they also have.
There's just one in Texas, just a single bakery for the entire state of Texas.
I imagine it's probably huge. It's probably the size of AT&T Stadium.
No.
Owned by Carlo.
No, it's owned by Chip and Joanna.
It's probably the size of a Midwest Costco. You get lost there for months.
They have a bakery. They have an antique shop
that's right,
over there and everything. Yeah, so they went.
They just have the whole empire over there. They should own Texas. They should own it. Yeah, we're trying to navigate what we're going to do from here. We're going to pass through Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia, all the way on the eastern coast.
Ooh, Virginia, the Beret Caverns. It's an underground cavern you go through, and there are all these really cool stalagmites and stalactites. And then when you get in there, there's an actual working organ, only one of its kind, that is attached in such a way that it uses the natural formations of the stalagmites and the stalactites to actually emanate the sound. It was created, I believe, by, Benjamin Franklin. But I got to go once, and it was absolutely just beautiful. The sound of the music was insane. It was totally beautiful. It was a great stop. It really was a great stop.
There you go. Mark that down. Virginia. What was it called again, Jenny?
The La Brea Caverns. I'll find a link for it and share it to you. It's a really, really great stop.
All right. Yeah, listen, it's all taken into consideration. The La Brea Studio Residency. No, I'm going to wait for your link because I got too much stuff here. I think I just pulled up porn by putting them.
By accident.
No, Los Angeles. Yeah, exactly. By accident.
You got to take the edge off before the show.
Yeah, right. You got to take care of that. 813-699-5353. All right, let's tell you what. Let's take a break. We're going to go into that right now. When we come back, we'll get to some of our hot topics that we're going to go ahead and go through. One of them, Jenny has firsthand knowledge of that, and we'll go ahead and start with that, which is the blood supply being low, in demand. Not anybody's doing anything to help out, and there's people actually dying because of low blood. It's like a New Amsterdam episode. It really is. We just have to have Max Goodwin come in and save us all. That's what we have to do. But we're going to talk about that. It's real life happening right here on the Charles Richardson Show. We got Dead in 5 and Of Eyes That See, a couple of songs for you. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Be kind and rewind. The Charles Richardson Show will be right back.
appreciate a good culture. I appreciate a good accent. You got the right accent, you can get away with a lot of shit. You be in a club and say something foul to a woman in an American accent, she might slap the shit out of you. Like, excuse me, baby, I don't mean to bother you, but you got a fat ass. I'd love to take you home, fuck the shit out you. Motherfucker. English accent, that just roll off the tongue different. Excuse me, I don't mean to bother you, but I'd really love to take you back to my hotel and fuck you doggy stuff a little bit, you know what I mean? Motherfucker, where you from? Say something else. Ladies, y'all laughing. Some of the fellas might try that on the way home. Just have a good time at the comedy show tonight, ain't you really? The next light, because you give me a little bit of head, just a little bit. I don't want much, just want you to polish me off, you know what I mean? I ain't even gonna lie, I'll use that shit to get some pussy. I'll walk up to a woman and say anything. Excuse me, you know what time it is? Oh my God, the accent is beautiful. Where are you from? I just make shit up. McDonald's, England. Have you ever heard of it? I live right off of Egg McMuffin Lane. Have you ever heard of it? Oh my God, girl, you live off of Egg McMuffin. Let's go. I tell you what accent is not sexy is that East Indian accent, that 7-Eleven shit, that turban shit, that dot towel shit. Ladies, trust me, you do not want that on top of you on a Saturday night. I'm going to give it to you. I know you want it, you dirty bitch. I know you want it. I'm going to give you my Pakistani beef, you motherfucker.
Don't be a pussy. Call Charles now. 813-699-5353.
Yeah, we're back, everybody. Make sure you go ahead and give the people over there at Hulk Culling and Contracting a call. If you're in the Southwest Florida area, they'll come to your home and they'll make it worse. No, I'm just kidding. They're the best people to go ahead and contact if you need car help, house remodeling, fixer-uppers, anything like that. Give them a call, 941-204-1264. Karen and David are there to go ahead and give you an estimate. Hard work, fair prices, give them a call. Hulk Culling and Contracting, 941-204-1264. Serving all of Southwest Florida. That's what I meant to say. All right. Let's get down to it here. Blood drive time. That's right. Who's having a blood drive? Because I don't think anybody is. Historic blood shortage is fueling the FDA to now ease restrictions on gay men donating blood. I did not know there was a restriction.
Yeah, there is.
Why?
It's a leftover hold from the beginning days of the AIDS crisis, actually. Even though we know far better now, they've never changed it. So in the beginning of the AIDS crisis, it was thought to be something that only affected gay men.
So is it just because nowadays nobody wants to leave their home, and if I'm going to be stuck with a needle, now all of a sudden it's like I don't, I may get COVID for getting stuck with a needle or giving blood. Are everybody just scared? Is that what's going on now?
Partially is that. Partially is that people just don't. They don't think they have enough time to do it. They think they're going to have to take too much time out of their day. They'll think of it briefly and then not follow it up. And there's always been the diehard blood donors, but things have changed in COVID. Some of our donors are gone. Some of our donors are terrified of getting sick. And some of it, honestly and sadly, it seems like we live in a much more cynical, negative world. And it's just like people just don't seem to be ready to roll their sleeve up for somebody. The thing is that blood donations are vital, absolutely vital. There are people dying right now because our blood supply shortage is too low. There are people who aren't getting organ transplants, for example. Those are high blood use surgeries. They're not getting them. There's not enough blood to do it. It's not. If I take the blood and do that, how many people can I not save?
But is it just the blood, or is it just because now the hospitals are filling up all over the place, all over again? So elective surgeries again are being placed on hold and stuff like that. Could it be maybe possibly the people are dying not just because of blood, even though the FDA is clearly showing that there's a concern because of low blood, but what about just these surgeries being pushed back again?
There's absolutely damage to people who have to wait for surgeries, but there's more to it than just something like a surgery or an emergency situation. There are people today that are alive only by blood donations. For example, there's a blood product called intravenous immunoglobulin. It takes between 3,000 and 5,000 donors to make one bag. And there are people that need to have that every month or they're not going to make it.
Jeez.
So when you put that into perspective, our levels are so low. There are people that have diseases that require a blood donation in order to live.
Yeah.
So it's not an option. But if it's not available, then it's not available. It's nothing we can do. We don't have the ability yet to create a synthetic option that we can save lives with, or that we can to do other things with. It's not there.
So we can't contact a company like Exxon or Mobil and like say, listen, you guys can make a synthetic oil. Why can't we do a synthetic blood?
That's going to actually, I'd rather not them. I'd rather see that come out of the biotech industry that's created the mRNA vaccine. People think that was so new. They've been working with that technology for a long time now, like probably a decade. And I know they were being researched to try and create a vaccine that could stay off the majority of breast cancers, or the most common breast cancers. And that's still something they're working on today. What's happened with the vaccinations now is actually kind of sped up that science, and I'm hopeful that could lead to that type of vaccination in the future.
On another story,
they're working on. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I think you're going to touch on what I was going to say. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
No, one of the other stories going on, Pfizer is actually looking at they're going to have another vaccine in March that's going to target directly Omicron.
And I believe it's Moderna. I'm not positive, though. It could be Pfizer. Is also working on an mRNA vaccine that could encompass all forms of influenza. Right now, when you get a flu vaccine, it's their best guess of what versions of the flu are going to be more prevalent this year. And they can only put so many. Mm-hmm. So there's only so many types in there. And it's hope that that if you get exposed to influenza, it's one of the viruses you're vaccinated against.
Yeah. Back to the blood. To the blood storage. The story reads: pressure is mounting on the Food and Drug Administration to eliminate long-standing restrictions on gay or bisexual men donating blood in the United States as the blood shortage reaches a dire level. There's 22 U.S. senators that penned a letter to the FDA and the Department of Health and Human Services on Thursday, urging them to replace the discriminatory rule that requires gay and bisexual men to abstain from sexual activity for 3 months before donating blood. Because, they track that. They know when your ass is getting rammed for 3 months. We get it.
That again goes back to an absolute myth.
Yeah.
Regarding HIV and AIDS.
I just don't understand. Well, how are you going to... Oh, you need to make sure... You need to make sure you don't have sex for 3 months. Yeah, sure, I swear. Go ahead, stick me. And then they're out banging the next day. Come on.
It's out of ignorance. It literally was born out of ignorance and, call it bigotry towards people, towards gay men.
Yeah. We must adopt evidence-based policies focused on assessment of an individual's risk, not inaccurate and antiquated stereotypes. This is all from the 22 senators that penned this. The group of senators also requested a briefing in the next month on the agency's plan to update its blood donation policies. With something this dire as they're putting it, why wait for a month? Well, let's go ahead and get this done now. Let's move it and push it up.
You got to get all the people together to do it, but it's not just throw an IV in somebody and pull it out. There's a lot more to it. Nurses are actually specially trained to do it. Plus, you need all these people at once. There's going to be the people that are setting up the beds, and the nurse who does that, and somebody else who takes the supply and gets it ready. There's a whole lot of people that go into getting that 1 pint of blood.
But what about these buses out there, the red buses, the blood buses that go out there? You don't see a whole lot of people. You go right in there, you get stuck, you're there for like 15 minutes, you read a magazine.
They are using those. They are using those. So here's some of the other information as to why we've seen this massive drop. We've literally 62% of that drop can be attributed to our colleges and our high schools that usually hold these blood drives. Like, that's just normal. They always hold blood drives, right? Well, due to the pandemic, There haven't been any blood drives at colleges. There haven't been any blood drives at high schools. Students normally account for about 25% of the donations, and that's barely been about 10% since the pandemic. Then you got all these blood drives that have gotten set up and then canceled due to COVID spiking bad, or massive snowstorm, or massive flooding, or not enough staff available to actually staff the drive, because now you got people out with COVID themselves. Plus, right now we're in a surge. There's also, it's mad flu season, and we're already seeing a really bad form of influenza A that's been really knocking the snot out of people.
Literally
so,
snot.
Yeah. So what we've got right now is, this isn't just, hey, donate blood. This is the worst national blood crisis the United States has had.
Now, is it just the United
over a decade?
Now, I know we're just caring about ourselves here in the United States, but is it also the rest of the world too? Are the rest of the world seeing blood drops as well, or are they okay?
I would venture that they're probably similarly affected, because a lot of the same things we see here that's happening in other countries overseas. I've never actually looked specifically into this in other countries. I've really just been blown away by what I've been seeing. I've never seen anything like this. I've literally never seen. There are organ transplants are getting canceled because there's not enough blood for the surgery. Like, that's life saving. That's, you need a new, What? I mean, it's insane. And the supply is so critical that if somebody got into an accident or something locally in your hospital, it doesn't mean just here, but the entire nation is like this right now.
Yeah.
And you can go actually to redcrossblood.org, redcrossblood.org, and you can see all the same information and stuff that I'm telling you. If you're type O positive, they seriously need your help. Your blood type is and actually type O period is the one that it can be utilized the most to help other people. You can transfuse type O into a patient that's type A, but you can't do A into O, if that makes sense.
Yep. And if you're type O, and if you're type OMG, just stay away. Just stay away.
O negative is the universal blood type that can be given to everybody.
Yep. My husband's actually O negative, and unfortunately with his work schedule, it's really hard for him to find time to donate and stuff.
That's a good point, and that's one thing that aggravates me. I'd like to see our industries, our employers getting on board, and if they've got an employee that's willing to donate, help them get that appointment and help them have the time off to do it. This is horrible right now. We need O positive blood to help patients who are RH positive, which is something that affects a lot of pregnant women too, is RH factors in blood. But it's just, this is unprecedented. Yeah. One thing I do want to make sure I put out there is, across the nation, if you donate blood now, you could actually get entered into a contest to win a trip to the Super Bowl and see it live. Like,
why couldn't they have this when Brady was with the Patriots? No, they have to have it now.
Your team loses, and then it's like, I gave blood for this shit?
Right, exactly.
I demand it back.
Give it back.
No, they're giving you the whole thing, though. You don't just go to the game. You get flown out there. You get the whole experience. I mean, what the hell? If you get to donate blood, you might as well get entered into a chance to go to the Super Bowl, right?
I guess so, maybe.
Why not?
I don't know.
Why not? But you can also call 1-800-RED-CROSS. And you could get set up with an appointment, and maybe you think it won't work with your work schedule, but they might be able to help you finagle that. I mean, we need it badly enough that if you really want to be that donor, especially if you want to donate platelets.
1-800-RED-CROSS?
1-800-RED-CROSS.
Mm-hmm.
That's my spiel.
That's your spiel, and you're sticking to it.
1 pint can affect 7 people's lives.
There you go. 1-800-RED-CROSS. So I'm going to go ahead now and post this, and I kind of got upset with Matt over it. Just a little.
What?
Yeah. Kind of got a little bit.
Over what?
Over this. I'm going to show you here in just a second. I'm really not happy with it. I'm really not happy that you had to post a picture of that.
What happened, buddy?
I saw that,
How
yes.
dare he?
Isn't that gorgeous?
It looks beautiful.
I've yet to have a slice of it. None of it comes home, by the way.
Of course it doesn't. It's gone. Your man can put away a whole pizza.
Now.
I had a steak, so it's hard to really care.
It's all right. Yeah, steak. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, like I mentioned, Pfizer is also working again to do a vaccine that they're hoping to have out by March, which targets directly to the Omicron variant, which I don't understand because I'm over here reading on all these vaccinations that Omicron can be eliminated with these vaccinations that we have now. Am I wrong? Did I read that incorrectly, or?
I'm not touching this one. I'm not touching this shit.
What? When they say touch, you're not touching anything.
I'm not touching anything related to COVID here.
Poke.
I got confused. You have to repeat that for me.
Charles, if I get the coup from your poking, I swear to God.
The Omicron variant, this bullshit variant that's coming out, that's obviously now the main variant. I thought the vaccines that we have now and the boosters fought this shit off.
It helps. It absolutely helps.
So why go ahead and do a whole new vaccination just to target Omicron when you know it's going to mutate anyway?
Well, that's how the flu shots work.
So the whole idea is to try and get ahead of whatever variant that it is. If we could have gotten ahead of Delta, we might not have had Omicron. But we haven't been able to get ahead of the propagation because every time it replicates into a new person, you have more diversion in the genetics of it. So there you go, another variant.
Yeah.
But the current vaccines and the booster does matter because even if you get exposed and happen to get a case, it's probably going to be like a little head cold or something. It's not going to be anything that's going to put you in the hospital, risk your life, or put you on a ventilator. You'll be okay. Without it, you have lower amount of viral load inside of your body. Not the viral load, the antibodies. And then you could get more of a case, but still, again, you're not going to die.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like the Omicron seems very, and I mentioned this on Matt's show, it seems very flat. Like it's not going to be the killer that the Delta was, or even the first one was. I
wouldn't go there with this. This one's affecting more children. There are far more kiddos in hospitals right now because of this one. It spreads faster, and it's getting kiddos. We've got one from my state here in New Hampshire that just got transported to Boston Children's because he's gotten that rare miscellaneous C, and he's fully inflamed. They're trying to help him.
Karen, nobody says you can't call in. Get your ass on the phone. I know you're not that sick. Get on the phone. Y'all always discuss this when I'm not there. Dang it! Oh, you can be. It's called calling in, and I'm not repeating the phone number. You know it.
Yeah, there's been several kids at work that have had it recently. None of them were in the hospital or anything like that I know of, but I do know that several kids have had it.
Well, this is interesting. According to Bloomberg, which that's a source that could always be trusted, cannabis compounds prevented...
there's other sources too.
I'm sure, yeah.
Fuck it.
Cannabis compounds prevented COVID infection in laboratory study. Heather, you pointed this out. You want to elaborate?
Yeah, so basically what they're saying is that different cannabis compounds and stuff will help either boost the immune system or help fight the virus. Personally, the more shit that can be done with marijuana in a medical setting, the better. And personally, it's just fuck it. We have all this, shit. Blaze it up. It couldn't hurt anything unless you're allergic to that specific family species of plants, which why would you get high anyway if you're allergic to shit? It's what?
Right.
But by all means, just get high, fight COVID. Fuck it.
There you go. Now, would you consider this though a replacement for a vaccine?
No, I'm not touching that shit with a barge pole because, if you choose to get vaccinated or not, that I'm gonna pass joints, not judgment. That's my whole thing. and all that. I definitely think marijuana is not a substitute for every medical thing under the sun. I just think we need to do a lot more research into stuff that we can do with it. I mean, it's shit. When I was in Alaska, Best Bud was all over the damn place, and it was amazing. I could go into a store, and I'm going to show you my big jar of pipe tobacco that I do. You could just
and just to let you know, that is pipe tobacco, not weed.
I mean, jar if it was weed. Jesus Christ.
I mean, for one, it's dark, and so I blend my own pipe tobacco, just so anyone's like, oh, you're smoking pipe. No, who smoke? I wouldn't be this fat if I was smoking like crack. Okay, no, this is pipe tobacco. This is a blend I made. It's called Hobbit's Leaf, and it's a blend of like BCA and a bunch of other stuff. It's got like some cherry and fig newt kind of.
Do you say that? Do you say your pipe tobacco has fig Newtons in it?
No, it's got that like aroma. Yeah.
Oh. Just want to make sure I heard correctly.
Figs, the fruit.
Yeah, figs, the fruit. It's like a very stone fruit.
I don't care about figs unless it's fig Newtons.
Take a bite of this tobacco, Charles.
I'm sorry. I don't want to step on you.
Oh no, I was just saying like the pipe tobacco I blend's very aromatic, but yeah, for like the other stuff, the stuff that you can get in Alaska, Colorado, and California, and a bunch of other states, those stores are amazing. They're like little candy stores, and it is great for people like myself with the neurological disorder. That I'm on something called gabapentin, and it's kind of a nerve deadener. I was super stupid and broke both legs almost 3 years ago. Not a lot of fun. And because of that, I have some extensive nerve damage, and gabapentin helps me deal with that. Now, I can rock between gabapentin doses with some cannabis extract stuff or CBD or whatever, and this way I don't have to go up another dose level, which is really hard on the kidneys and liver. Now, Governor Reynolds right now is very anti-pot, and she's very against legalizing it and all that kind of stuff. So it's great
she's against legalization on it?
Yes.
What a blowhard.
Yeah, I believe that politicians need to be bullied until this gets legalized.
I agree.
We're at the point where we've got a United States company posting social media pictures of how big of a fucking pot brownie they made. There's no excuse for this anymore.
Yeah. So if we can have pot stores look like Apple stores, then there's no reason it shouldn't be legalized. Now, back to the COVID thing, I think everyone should do their own research. I don't think smoking pot or consuming it via brownies, edibles, gummies, whatever have you, would harm someone so long as they use their brain, obviously, and they're not allergic to it. You know?
Wait a minute, who's going to do that? Use their brain? Who does that?
I don't know. I mean, I had an intern once that wanted to mix bleach and ammonia together to clean the floors better.
That is great.
So, I mean, if they wanted to Bundy themselves, by all means, whatever. But I can't let an intern murk themselves off the census, because they can't read warning labels and use common sense.
I want you to scrub this floor with bleach and gasoline with a toothbrush down on your hands and knees.
Yeah, that would not look good. But yeah, definitely I'm not going to really discuss the COVID stuff itself too much, but I just think we all need this as a perfect excuse to get baked.
Man, can we all get along? Karen, what do you think? Do you think we can just get along?
I think we can all get along. That's why I don't talk too much about it on the show when you've brought it up in the past and I'm not there. The only thing I wanted to chime in on is the comment that it won't hospitalize you and you won't die if you're vaccinated. And that is so far from the truth and hits really, really close to home here for us, because we have lost family members and we have lost a very, very dear friend a couple months ago that was beyond healthy, extremely active man, only 36 years old, and all of these people were vaccinated. So I feel like when you hear on the news or you hear people saying in the media that, get vaccinated because it'll be a lesser case, get vaccinated because you won't be hospitalized, get vaccinated because you won't die, that is not true. And the media can sit out there and preach to you about how no one that comes in there with COVID and is being admitted with COVID it's all unvaccinated. No, it's not. They want us to believe that, but that's not the case. The childhood count is Fauci himself live. I will not watch anything that is pushed out by the media because I feel like it can be dubbed over. I watch live congressional conferences only and White House press conferences live. Fauci himself said the way they count children hospital COVID cases is if I take my child into the ER, and I've actually sent this to several people that were asking about it before.
You sent this to you sent this to Matt, and Matt listened to it and read it, and he interpreted it in another way as well, because it looks like Fauci's words could have been twisted.
Yeah, this is way, way freaking off. I spent 20 years working in medicine. I've watched my own bosses that I worked with that still work in the very hospital, in the ICU, CCU, and the emergency departments where I worked, all of them. I've worked and took care of vented patients, ECMO patients, emergency room patients, trauma team, you name it, I've worked it. And absolutely 100% true that approximately 60% of the people that are taking up those beds are COVID patients who are unvaccinated. That is an absolute fact. These doctors and these nurses who are working their asses off, I'm going to finish this one. The doctors and the nurses that are working their asses off right now, keeping people alive, have zero reason to lie. They're not part of some conspiracy. They're not there to lie to you. They're telling you the truth. Listen to them. Screw the politicians.
Hang on. Okay. But nobody. Wait. Whoever said
I'm not going to make it through the first show.
Hang on. Whoever said it was 100% is bullshit. Even I know better.
There's no 100% anything.
There's no, yeah, exactly. Even if you take the vaccine.
Take a medication in your cabinet, and some of those meds you're taking, I bet you don't know the side effects. You don't know. I will tell you this. There are cases out there where people are going to die. There are cases out there that are going to be rare. That's what happens. I am somebody who took tamoxifen for breast cancer, and I have tamoxifen retinopathy. It is extraordinarily rare. It happens in like 2 million to 1 cases. It didn't even happen to me in the right timing. It happened 6 years into treatment that it's affected my eyes, making me go blind, and my hearing, making me go deaf. That happened because of that medication. That doesn't mean I'm going to tell the world don't take that medication. Yeah. But I will tell them, get your eyes examined once a year.
Yeah, Karen, listen, I hear your point. I understand it hits close to home and everything like that. That was one of that's one of the non-perfect people. That was one of the non-people that took it. They followed everything. They were healthy. It just hit them wrong. Like, not everybody, and you know about Scotty, not everybody's going to react like Scotty did when, somebody that's unvaccinated. Somebody that's unvaccinated got COVID, they may just get a hiccup. But Scotty got it hit hard. It affects everybody differently. So the vaccine...
I live 30 miles away from Boston Children's Hospital. They're running out of places to stick kiddos. That's not a lie. That's a fact. From real medical providers who work there. Not politicians, not talking heads in the media. The real doctors, the real nurses, the real technicians that are working in this field. Please, God, listen to them.
I know my family's full of them.
Yeah. I listen, I feel the same way.
I have that's heads of hospitals. I have family that's head of ICUs. I have people in the same field that you've been in, and I know what they've said across the board. I've also lost a couple of those and been vaccinated. I personally can't get the vaccine. I'm very thankful that I don't even have to make that decision. because I'm watching currently 2 very good friends suffer the side effects. And in your case, you said it was one in 2 million. If those were the odds for getting a side effect that's permanently going to debilitate you or cause death, I would probably be on the bandwagon. But
I'm alive for a number of different medications that I take, including one that has to be infused over a 6-hour period of time. They are given to a lot of different people. I don't know all their side effects. There could be rare instances of things that happen. There's a rare instance of kidney issues with one. But if the trade-off is not dying, then it's worth it.
I overhear
some people are dying.
They are. They're
People
still dying.
The majority of those that are dying are unvaccinated.
Majority.
The vast majority of them.
Not 100%.
And there are people who can't have a heart transplant right now because there's no room in the unit.
Not 100%, Karen, but it is very vast. I mean, even Scotty admitted himself
that
he was in there.
But it's the
about
vast majority.
7-8 out of 10 are dying because they weren't vaccinated and they're getting the worst end of the stick. 1 or 2 that get vaccinated, yeah, it may not affect, it may not help them. And that
it's
might
not
be
just that.
I guess we'll
it's societally. Don't we have a responsibility to protect kids or to protect the people who are really freaking vulnerable? Shouldn't we be looking out for them too?
Sure.
That's
Karen,
what people
go ahead.
did when polio happened.
Hang on, Karen, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, okay. First off, I feel motivation with polio vaccines were completely different than the motivation on these vaccines. I also feel like if it was such a little risk, I am one family out of millions of families across the world, and we have lost 7 family members vaccinated. We have lost 6 friends vaccinated. So that to me shows me I'm one family. If I have that many immediate, that shows a much higher risk than what you're
I don't mean to sound coarse or anything, but you're one family that is unique amongst the majority. That's not enough of a reason to not vaccinate. There could be something genetic involved. Maybe there's a reason why it's affected your family more. I have genetic abnormalities. I've gone through all kinds of genetic testing at Dana-Farber, and we've actually used it to tailor medications based upon my DNA. It may be something that's genetic, that's a predisposition in your family, that's made you more vulnerable or more susceptible to this virus. It's a fact that people with type A blood type are more prone to having more significant cases of COVID. There is actually a genetic marker that you can have yourself tested against. I've done it. My risk factor for worst case scenario COVID is higher than the average person genetically.
So, and listen, I fear you on that one. I don't listen to Fauci either, but you know, I took the least of the 3. Excuse me. I took the Johnson & Johnson. I took the one shot, just get it done and over with. You know, it was more.
And now you got to do a bunch of boosters.
Well, I go, no. I just did the one booster, and that's it. Yeah, I just did the one booster. I'm sure. Now, here's the one thing I did read on Fauci. Fauci was saying it's like he was asked, do we have to go ahead and do a booster every year, or are we going to have to do more boosters? I don't know. It's the whole
multiple per year.
It's the whole
you gotta
bullshit.
Understand, this is
Wait. It's the whole bullshit of we don't know what the hell's going on. So you're going to listen.
That's medicine. Welcome to the world of medicine.
You're going to listen to
that's how it works.
You're going to listen to. Well, you know what? We're all guinea pigs.
We are the guinea pigs, so there's no more generations. I mean, you can kill everybody off or not. We're going to have to be the ones to get it under control in order to turn this into an endemic, to get away from it.
But anyway,
that happens over increasing episodes of protection. It's proven now, they're showing signs that women who have been vaccinated while they're pregnant, their children are being born with antibodies you and I were not born with.
All we know is, Karen, is look, this thing is not fake. You know it's not fake.
But I'm sorry.
I hear you. But Karen, you know this is not fake. We all know it's not fake. They're trying to do what they can to go ahead and get it under control. And if that means sticking us with needles, then you know what? Everybody has their own choice to do so. And yes, the stuff that's coming down the presidency and governors trying to go ahead and say, well, you need to be vaccinated or take a test, that's been put on hold. Nothing's going to happen with that. So it's all based on, and we're not trying to go ahead and get into some pissing match of, is the vaccine going to save lives or not? Right now, I believe it does. I believe it helps. Is it 100%? No. I know that. And unfortunately, you've seen it firsthand where it's affected you personally. So I understand your feeling about it. But at the same time, though, if somebody else wants to take it because they feel it will help them, you got to respect their decision. Like, we respect your decision if you don't want to do it.
I have nothing against, I want that known right now. I have nothing against someone choosing to take the vaccine.
Okay. So what was going on?
Absolutely not, because I want the choice to take mine. What I was just trying to clarify is that these rates are not exactly... I don't like what's being pushed out about the media, and that's being told even up to the presidential level, that if you're vaccinated, you're protected, because you are not.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
did.
giving false hope.
But that's not true.
So I understand
the vast
the
majority
words.
of those that are vaccinated are protected against death and serious illness. That is the fact. And I'm going to argue with you on that one because you're trying to correct me, and I'm not wrong.
But Jenny,
I was correcting the president because he just said it yesterday.
So wait, Jenny, are you? If somebody gets vaccinated and they have a booster, are they 100% against dying?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nothing in medicine is 100% anything.
That was the whole thing.
Take on this.
People don't see. People seem.
Hold on. Dirk hasn't had a chance to talk, and he finally wants to talk.
Sorry. Oh my God, yeah.
Well, mostly because I was like avoiding the subject altogether here. But here's the thing: I know Matt Connerton disagrees with what I'm going to say here, but the way that we've been communicating this whole thing is why we've got this problem of people refusing to get the vaccine in the first place. A lot of it comes from number one. Not trying to communicate the idea that the vaccine is meant so that your body is able to figure out how to fight the illness if it comes to you. It doesn't mean you're not going to get. It doesn't mean you're not going to get COVID, and people's bodies are going to react differently. But the vaccine is meant to help you with being able to fight off the virus if you get it. Right. But the hotter take that I'm going to bring here is that we need to stop getting on a high horse about the vaccine, because that is turning people off from getting the vaccine in the first place. Saying things like "do the right thing" is not helping anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's like kind of like a bully taking your hand and taking your lunch money. Do the right thing. Go ahead and punch me, Karen. Is David playing Dungeons and Dragons back there?
No, that's Davey. He's playing on the game.
Oh, okay. He has a really deep voice. Did he grow up?
Yes, yes, he did.
All right, listen. We're not going to continue this pissing match. Okay, we know you have strong feelings about it. Jenny has strong feelings about it. Dirk has a feeling about it. I think it's
leave internet blood sports to me.
Okay.
I just want everyone to get high and have fun.
Yeah, yes, we need to have high. Denise,
can we go back to that topic? Can we go back to cannabis?
Yeah, in a second. Denise says some people do not achieve the appropriate immune response with the vaccine, but it does not mean you should not vaccinate. Now, this is Denise. This is Alyssa's mom, who actually works in a doctor's field. So. Isaiah says, soon I'll have quantum shield device out of testing that will end this Okay, thank you, Isaiah. We appreciate Isaiah for 2024. All right. Any other last comments here before we kibosh this?
No. What's up?
All right, Karen, get better, okay?
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. Canada.
It's fucking weird. Like I've had my kid get COVID. I've had people close to me get COVID, but I never tested positive for that shit.
So you're immune.
Everybody's
we should start taking your blood.
We're all going to get it.
Well, I've eventually
get it with symptoms. I don't know.
Yeah,
but we're all going to get it. It's just a matter of it. It's theoretically impossible.
So apparently, anti-vaxxer Christopher Key. By the way, thank you, Bad Billy. Claims drinking your own urine cures COVID-19.
Ew.
Are we supposed to all turn it to Bear Grylls then? I mean...
I don't know, but listen...
I'm not here to kink shame, but I mean...
if we're going to go ahead and... If we're going to make sure there's open testing going on, I think we should at least somebody do that when they get COVID.
Bear Grylls walks to the gates of heaven.
My understanding is drinking your own is not so good, but drinking somebody else's is better.
Sorry, Jenny, we were laughing over what you were saying.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Can you repeat it?
I said, my understanding is that drinking your own is not so good, but drinking somebody else is good.
Well, if you're trying to survive in the wild.
Why?
Yeah, like you can drink somebody else's to get hydration, but not your own.
Well, I'm going to prove you wrong right now.
You're not supposed to drink your own because it's not good for you.
I thought it was sterile.
That's what
See how hydrated? Look, do you see how hydrated I am right now?
That's from that crippled guy on Dodgeball said drinking your own urine is sterile.
Yeah,
it's so gross.
Which, by the way, I never saw him do. I'm just saying. Hey, John.
Ew.
Morning. Oh, somebody pouring urine? I heard somebody pouring something.
That was me.
Oh, you pouring your own urine?
If you think this is whiskey, yeah, by golly.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, no, see, it's red.
Oh, my
If my
God.
urine looked like that, I'd be in trouble.
That's well, listen, if it's red, it's coming. Never mind. I don't want to talk about that. Man, Dirk, that's
Dirk
a big.
is too fat to be smoking crack.
That's a big crack cigar you're smoking there. Rocky always says, "How much crack can you stuff in that cigar?" Dirk asking for a friend.
If it fits in the mirror, then it goes in the cigar.
Satan's got Dirk's back, says Isaiah. And I only shower. I only shower and pee. I will not drink it. Rocky says. Rocky's got to be off the crazy horse tonight. He must be. 813-699-5353. The candy shop.
I'm the love doctor. How your fans teaching you about how sprung I got you. When you show me.
I had this queued up because somebody mentioned it about, if the weed stores like candy. So I had that.
I ate an entire $16 candy bar because no one told me, oh yeah, by the way, stupid dumb marshmallow from Iowa, don't eat the whole fucking thing. I had never bought edibles before. And it kicked in during the trolley tour of Anchorage. Yeah, I had a fabulous time.
Wow.
And the weird thing is, I just felt 6 inches taller, and I'm short as shit, so I felt amazingly tall for the whole trolley ride.
So you were high as fuck.
Oh, yeah, and, walking around with my little, I have a forearm crutch cane sometimes, and
I have one of those.
I was walking around. Yeah, they're amazing.
That's what I use.
Yeah,
seriously.
Oh my God! All right.
Yeah. Anyway, concrete felt super comfortable, bouncy house and stuff. But other than that, that was kind of all. It just felt tall and comfortable.
No, I've never gotten that high. I've never gotten high, period, to be honest with you, which I feel like now I'm a freaking dweeb. But I need to get high.
I rarely get high. I very,
You're
very
in
rarely
Florida,
get high.
dude. Or North Cuba, as they say. How?
Cuba.
That's
Miami.
Florida's going to have its own Cuban Missile Crisis.
So am I the only person that's in a state that has patience?
Guess.
So I love talking about cannabis. When I was a state rep, I sponsored the bill 3 times and it failed. It sucked. And then it got passed. So check this out. I'm going to hold this up for you. I'm only going to hold you a part of it so you can see it. I am a real... I'll show you the back of it, though. Here you go.
Cannabis registry.
Motherfucker.
You know what? So, that's better than being on another type of registry.
Yeah. So, I am a huge proponent of cannabis, not just as a patient, but I was a proponent of it when I was a medical provider, and I never smoked at all because you can't do that and drive the ambulance. You just can't.
You got to drive the ambulance?
It stays so long in your blood that you just couldn't do it, right? So after I got the second cancer, I became a cannabis patient here in the state of New Hampshire. We have real dispensaries, and they suck. We're surrounded by legal land. Canada, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, they're all legal. Here we have decrim, so anything less than an ounce is just a ticket. I think it's like $100 ticket or something stupid like that. and we're still fighting for some kind of legal. But I actually I microdose all day, every day. I actually make them very small, and I don't always. I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to always have to smoke so much anymore because I'm now going to be able to get ones that hopefully are more like a lollipop type thing. Because hard candies I can choke on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If it's on a stick, I won't choke.
Dude, like the brownies, the gummies, stuff like that.
You know what? I don't like edibles for the simple fact that it's harder to control your dosing. I like to microdose, and that's why I never get high. But it does what I need it to do for my body. And for the record, there is some anecdotal evidence to show that the cannabinoids in cannabis do increase immunity against COVID. There is some anecdotal information. It's so not proven. But yes. Well, cannabis is very beneficial for a lot of diseases to help keep diseases down or to help keep them in control. It's literally, I do not take any, I have what's called the most painful disease known to modern medicine. It's called complex regional pain syndrome or reflex sympathetic dystrophy. It's called the suicide disease by the medical industry, people in medicine. The 70% of people who have it will either try or commit suicide. I am on experimental treatment, so I got right to try, but right to try doesn't mean you can actually get it. I actually sold my car to get medication, and I use cannabis at home for breakthrough, and I don't have to take any opioids or narcotics. I have a salve. I have a tincture. If I use a tincture, I can take so many drops and then take some more if I need it. I don't have to take a big fat dose like when you eat something. And brownies suck because I can't just eat a little corner of a brownie, man. I need a half a pan or something. I can't just eat that, right? You can't give me this. They give me this freaking brownie that's like, 2 by 2, and they go, just eat a quarter of it.
No.
You. Fuck you. You got to give me a bag of brownies I can eat with the infused
You need to eat the whole goddamn tray. The hell,
you package this shit right. You should get one infused one that comes with like a half a tray of ones that aren't infused, if that's what you want me to do. Otherwise, I'm eating the whole fucking thing. I'm sorry.
See, Jenny will sit around Jenny will sit around at home listening to Cypress Hill and then talking about why Donnie Darko is the best fucking movie she's ever seen.
No, Princess Bride.
Oh God, you're worse. You're not high enough. You need to go ahead and keep eating.
I really don't. I very rarely get high.
I can get high enough to explain the Matrix trilogy.
Yes.
I can get high enough to explain the entire Matrix trilogy to you.
That's pretty fucking high.
The entire Evangelion.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he gets stoned off your ass and then go explain anime to people who don't fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Get freaking baked like a potato and then explain Neon Genesis Evangelion. Or someone would rather put themselves in a giant Gundam than fucking go to therapy.
Rocky says, if you cut me, I don't bleed. I don't bleed weed. Smoke comes out instead. And then Dirk says, Rocky says, Dirk smokes crack-infused cigars.
Oh.
I wonder how long this crack thing is going to go on. This crack inside joke is going to go for.
At least for the 19 minutes.
A while. Yeah, it's going to go on for a while.
Probably until that true New Yorker stops mentioning about, he's a crack smoker.
Remember, he's not a true New Yorker. He's a true New Jerseyer.
I don't understand how Joe thinks I smoke crack. I can't, if I could operate the way that I could under crack, fuck me.
There's a video of me outside of the Bulldog in Amsterdam, stoned out of my gourd, laughing my ass off.
Anywho, everybody laughing their ass off. I think we just need to go have an episode where everybody gets high. All right, 813-699-5353. Going to take a break. Coming back, we're going to do Facebook memes, Alyssa's good news, and we're going to get the fuck out of here and start the weekend. That's my take on it. And we're going to get high. Yeah. Right back at you here. Don't go anywhere.
The weekend is almost here. The good news with Alyssa is next. Stay tuned.
much, man. It is so cool to be back together with these guys doing this, you know? I swear. Because this is a group where I know I fit in, you know? Because the way the world is now, you can be part of a group and not even know you're a part of a group until you read about it or see it on TV. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. My wife and I, we love watching like Dateline, 2020, those shows. But you know how every week they will feature a disease. And I swear to you, every week, no matter what the disease is, my wife has it. There'll be 3 people on the planet that have this disease. My wife is one of them. She just watches it going, I've got it. I have every one of those symptoms. I'm like, you do not have testicular cancer. You don't even have testiculars. But they made us such a bunch of paranoid nuts, you know, because when I was growing up, there were 2 medicines in the world. You had aspirin and camphorphenique. That's all there was. Now there's so many medicines. They got this prescription stuff that they advertise on TV, and I swear, half the time, the side effects are 50 times worse than what the medicine cures. Like, try new Floraflor for itchy, watery eyes. It's Floraflor. Side effects may include nausea, vomiting, water weight gain, lower back pain, receding hairline, eczema, seborrheic psoriasis, itching, chafing clothing, liver spots, blood clots, ringworm, excessive body odor, uneven tire wear, pyorrhea, gonorrhea, diarrhea, halitosis, scoliosis, loss of bladder control, hammer toe, the shanks, low sperm count, warped floors, cluttered drawers, hunchback, heart attack, low resale value on your home. Feline leukemia, athlete's foot, head lice, clubfoot, MS, MD, VD, fleas, anxiety, sleeplessness, drowsiness, poor gas mileage, tooth decay, parvo, warts, unibrow, lazy eye, fruit flies, chest pains, clogged veins, hemorrhoids, dry heaving, and sexual dysfunction. I'm watching it going, you know what? I'll just have itchy, watery eyes.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Search The Charles Richardson Show.
Growing up on the hip-hop music, just breathing that air for something to use it. It's amazing how
Imagine you get high to this song.
different, because you're not the same, man, it's just so infant. What do you want me to be, just like you?
813-699-5353. Welcome back. It's Friday.
How is it when
10 minutes to go on the show, and then we're just going to get the hell out of here and start the weekend. Get ready for my Patriots to lose in round 1 of the playoffs. It's going to suck.
when these people were all
But anyway, 1-800-RED CROSS. Make sure you go and donate blood. Give him a call. Maybe you'll talk to some hot chick and just ask him if he's wearing khakis.
God damn it, I broke a fucking guitar string on break. I'm so mad.
I saw you with the guitar over there. I thought you were going to shove that up your ass or something.
I want to now. I'm so angry.
I didn't.
Angry fisting.
Yeah.
Hulk smash.
Yeah, Hulk smash guitar. You know, those guitars break easily over backs, just want to let you know.
Yeah.
So, all right, as soon as my dogs just start going to bark, then we'll go ahead and continue the show. Thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead and do Facebook memes. Let's get this out of the way. Don't have too many of them, but the ones that we do have are pretty funny. At least I think. This one here is 2 versions of, one's a somersault on the top. The bottom's a winter salt. One basically is a actual somersault. The other one is slipping and falling on your ass and breaking your neck. Fantastic. And let's go to the next screen. This is kind of weird. Sorry, folks. lettuce on a McChicken. Yeah. The 10-year challenge Florida edition. Piece of shit for 50 grand. Now the resale value is 700 grand. I don't even want to know. The 10-year challenge that you aren't posting. That's disturbing. I gotta stop sucking dick. I just burped and heard a baby giggle.
Oh, shit.
Here's Harry Potter witch. I forget her name. The really bad witch. Thank you. Bellatrix. I don't need to tell people to fuck off. My face does it for me. Here's another one. How people in Florida welcome newcomers to the neighborhood. I don't want any California bullshit. Dudes in Texas, when it snows, is a half-tipped over F-150. People in Wisconsin driving their 30-year-old shitbox Honda through the 6th blizzard this winter. Kicking back, holding my beer. There's a kid snowboarding. Waterboarding. Waterboarding Guantanamo Bay sounds fun if you don't know what either of those things are. Agragon, Legos, give me the... Anyway, you have my whiskey drink. Legos says you have my vodka drink. Jim Lee says add my lager drink. Frodo, add my cider drink. Samwise, and the songs that remind you of good times. Gandalf says on the songs that remind you of the bad times. Here's a blind man with the weird, creepy dude. The IRS when they cheat on your taxes. Here's the guy from MASH. Little known fact that K is not short for okay. It's actually short for fuck you. I didn't know that. Did anybody know that Lil K was there?
Yeah, that's what you respond with if you're not wanting to talk to somebody.
Oh.
Yeah, it depends on how you alliterate it.
I didn't realize that. I have to make sure I know the definition of K.
Yeah, then they respond back with KK, and then they come back with KKK.
Oh, God. That just turns into a nude version right there. Yeah. All right, Alyssa's not in to do the good news, and we only got like 6 minutes left, so... never mind. There she is. Hey, there is a program out there, and I just want everybody's quick opinion on this. A program that would allow certain teens to become truck drivers is attempting to go ahead and being put in place amid a supply chain crisis. Teens being truck drivers, yay or nay?
Don't care.
Well, I mean, in Alaska and other areas, high school programs have things where you can get your pilot license as soon as you're, you can work towards it and get your license when you're 16. So I don't see what the problem is.
Okay. So, but driving a big rig?
I say yay.
Okay. I'm just saying, I guess, there's more teenagers that are out there that actually are probably more well-versed than some adults are. Kind of like, how your 6-year-old could probably teach you the iPad better than anybody else would.
I mean, Iowa has high schools that do bring your tractor to school day, and you'll have a...
Bring your tractor
to school day. You can actually Google it and look it up, and those high schoolers have been using skid loaders, bobcats, a lot of bigger equipment and all that, and driving very large tractors and combines since they're like 10, 12, whatever. So by the time they're in high school, a huge tractor is no big deal, and I don't really think a semi would be out of the realm of, possibilities. Plus, I do find it interesting that a lot of older people are just like, well, high schoolers can't do this, high schoolers can't do that, and treat them like children, and then get mad when they're 18 and they don't have any life skills or anything really, and don't have any responsibilities. So it's like, well, you guys need to make up your minds.
I remember going to home ec in manufacturing class. Now I'm going to go to CDL class. That's the way it seems like nowadays.
Well, they keep cutting the funding and stuff like that to a lot of these programs, and then home ec got canceled because a lot of people get their panties in a twist, and I believe everyone belongs in the fucking kitchen because that's where the fucking food is. We all need to learn basic life skills because parents aren't teaching them that, and I do think they need to bring back shop class, and I think everyone needs to go learn how to do basic shit, or needs to learn some crap that I didn't grow up with a dad, so I don't know what to do if I get a flat tire.
Well said, Heather.
I'm
well
screwed.
said. All right, we're going to go right now. We're coming to the end of the show. Let's go right to the good news. Get Alyssa on board here. She's barely said anything, and I get it. But here she comes. Good news, everybody.
Working at his father's NYC motel, an actor now gives free rooms to those in need and has fun along the way. If you're having a hard time seeing the light at the end of the COVID-19 tunnel, we suggest trying to view from a different tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel to be exact.
Really?
It's there on the New Jersey side that one compassionate motel worker is making sure people have a roof over their heads by offering free rooms to folks in need. North Virgin's Lincoln Tunnel Motel has been in Brian Araya's family for years. Although he harbored aspirations of an acting career, Araya began working the night shift there in 2012. Then his father gifted him partial ownership 5 years ago. At the onset of the pandemic, Araya saw firsthand the rising need for affordable places to stay. People started getting quarantined, lockdowns started happening, and then we started seeing an influx of unhoused people. You know, they just couldn't afford rent anymore, so they'd come to our motel. Now, thanks to its creative co-proprietor, the humble hostel... Oh, God, I can't even read these words.
Take it one syllable at a time.
Anyway,
so basically,
famous.
So basically, what's happening here is, if they don't have a place to stay, these people are offering free rooms for COVID?
Yeah. Well,
or just for any circumstances?
If they don't have a place to stay and they don't have the money, then they can stay there.
Okay. I wonder how long the rooms are going to take to get filled, though.
It says, free room for you, a program offering accommodations at no charge to anyone without viable housing.
Okay. Hey, if they can make it happen, by all means, they make it happen. But thank you very much. All right, last words before we go ahead and end the show. Hey, Jenny, new to the family. What do you say?
It's been fun. I'm sorry if I talk too much.
It's all right.
You want to learn more about me?
We had a full house today, so everybody. We had a full house today, so everybody was on top of one another. So it's all good. Heather, anything closing for the weekend?
No, just all good. Sorry if I chattered too much.
Will you guys stop saying sorry that you chat too much? Dirk, you don't have to.
I'm from the Midwest. We apologize for everything.
Dirk, what do you got?
I've got the new YouTube channel out called Java Fog. I am looking to get a new logo set up for that. But that is where, like, I've done videos on Crazy Joe, Stacey Lofton, and I'm going to be putting, I've already loaded those up onto that channel. I'm looking at working on more videos, though, one of which is about the Satanic Temple. And I've got a few people that I can reach out to for guidance on how to work with that one.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, Java, Java, Java what?
Fog.
F-O-G. Okay, make sure you tune in and, definitely go see the video on Mr. Krabs. All right. Take care, everybody. We're out of here. See ya.
See ya.
Feeling stronger, feeling free. With the shadows of the night.